It's Ethereum pumping once again. We are going to be talking about what's going on in the markets, the latest news on some of the biggest projects, as well as some up and coming projects you definitely got to keep an eye out for. And before we go ahead and get started, make sure to smash that like button because it really does help out. And let's go ahead and dive right in. So we're going to be on CoinMarketCap over here. And as you can see, green all across the board, Ethereum at 1.55K. And then even when you look at all the other alternative coins, pretty much is green across the board, right? So if you literally just like threw a dart and then picked a random coin, it probably is up right now and in the last like 24 hours, even 7 days. So right now, what's going on? It seems like there's a little more heat and attention coming into the crypto space. But you have to always remember that when these kind of things happen, it's not as if there's like some magical news that everybody wants to buy crypto again. It's like these things kind of come in cycles. People get bearish, people get bullish, people are trying to make money. And when they see other people making money, they want to jump in, and then, you know, everything kind of goes up together. You're not really like investing in the company when you're doing these kind of things. You're actually just trading based on hype, narrative, market cycles. So if you think about it, Ethereum was literally just at like $800, you know, not too long ago, and it almost doubled to like 1.5K. When things go up very fast, you have to be very mindful of that. Yes, it could continue to go up. Nobody really knows, or it could just like go down really hard, right? And so if you are practicing like long-term investing, definitely recommend dollar cost averaging. I'm not going to say I'm the best technical analysis over here, right? I'm just kind of sharing with you my personal thoughts and what people tell me. When I look at the alternative coin market versus the NFT markets, I mean, using the non-sand like index, top 500 NFTs, yes, you know, there's a little bit more volume and some NFTs are going up. Top 10 projects, it is going up quite a bit. Not crazy like alternative coins, but it is going up. You know, honestly, when I look at NFT market compared to alternative coins, and I know we talk a lot about NFTs here, personally, at this moment of time, like right now, it's probably easier to make money on alternative coins than it is NFTs, just because there's not that much volume in NFTs quite yet. It doesn't mean that NFTs won't have volume in the future. It's just like these things kind of come in cycles. And sometimes when people get tired of the alternative coins, maybe they make profit, maybe they'll roll it into something riskier like NFTs, right? From my experience, what happened in the past is that when everything pumps at the same time, that's when things are kind of weird, and then things kind of dump after that. So I could be completely wrong, but just be mindful of that. And if you want to, you know, talk more about, you know, what's going on in the crypto markets and NFT markets, make sure to join the Parallax Discord because we're talking about that every day. And if you haven't already, go ahead and pick up a Parallax Genesis. It's going to include a lot of benefits to our community. So check it out if that's something you are interested in. So the next project we're going to talk about is going to be Moonbirds Oddities. And this is right now the cheapest way to get into the Proof Moonbirds ecosystem, right? As we know, the Proof pass is like ridiculously expensive for most people. Even a Moonbird, I think it's like 26 ETH at the time of this recording. Because Proof has so much money, they have a reputation to keep, and they're thinking very long term. Kevin Rowe seems like a person of substance. It seems like he's trying to build a long-term project. Everything they do, they probably have a plan for it, and they probably have a place for it to be put into the ecosystem. Now, it doesn't mean it will work for sure, but you know, there's a lot more resources and brain power that goes into this. So if they're going to drop this thing, it probably will be something decent, right? Or has a shot to be, at least. You know, everything can fail if you think about it. So we talked about some of the blue chips, but let's talk about some early projects for the people who are looking for some exciting mints coming up. This is a new project that recently just came out. It's going to be called 1984. So right now, when you go on their Twitter, there's literally no information about it based on just looking at it. Obviously, it's going to be like an anime inspired project, probably like a metaverse kind of play where it's more IP, maybe more fashion related, because they don't have too much information about it yet, and they don't have a Discord quite yet. Probably just give them a follow if you just want to check this out. Another new project that I recently got to know one of the founders of is going to be Halla. So Halla, as you can see over here, they paid for a billboard in Times Square, which is actually an interesting decision because like there's not too much information about this project quite yet, but they were willing to pay for a billboard. Maybe they got a discount or something. I have no idea. But then like, I wonder what impact this has. I guess you can put it on your Twitter page. But anyways, there's not too much public information about this, but I did talk to one of the founders. Based on looking at the website, obviously it's going to be anime inspired, member only collective, gaming and street culture. So they're going to be targeting that gaming street culture vibe, obviously, right? Gaming is quite interesting because we haven't really seen a lot of metaverse brands or PFPs, and I believe this is going to be a PFP that have really tackled that gaming space, whether it's like a PFP for esports team or something, or a PFP for like you know, content creation for gamers, right? But there's definitely a big opportunity. Like for example, imagine if somebody became the next 100 Thieves, right? Or the next FaZe clan, but then they use NFTs as a way to fundraise money and then like build out that entire organization. Basically, this company Stacked, right? So this is their company. It's like a Web3 startup studio based in Los Angeles. And I believe how it works is that Halla is one of their projects. So similar to how like Yuga Labs has Bored Ape, right? Stacked, they have Halla, and that's what they're creating. So the team itself, all docs again, they come from pretty good background. So talented people coming into the space. And what's actually funny is that one of their team members, Sammy, she's been actually doing these not daily vlogs, but the like pretty frequent vlogs about like how they work, what their office is like. They're talking about the project and stuff like that. The way they're building is pretty transparent. They haven't driven up the hype quite yet. They're really just like building organically, and I suppose they're probably like well funded, because technically like this project's not making any money if they haven't minted it quite yet, right? So there probably is resources behind this to get all these people to want to work on this project. It's a new upcoming project. Maybe it's gonna be something, maybe they got a lot of resources, but I'll leave that up to you. Just want to share my personal take on it. And just as a reminder for any of my Singaporean people here or people visiting Singapore this week, I probably will be in Singapore by the time you see this. And then on July 25th, we are doing the Parallax official event. So far, I think we're gonna have like 50 to 75 people actually come. There's gonna be free food. The venue is pretty sick. If you ever seen MetaJam Asia, it's really like this like neon kind of art gallery kind of vibe. So we're gonna be posting up the Parallax NFTs all over the place. Obviously, because by the time you watch this, we have it revealed already. So all the art's gonna be there. I'm gonna do a little talk. So if you are in Singapore, this event is free for holders and public. Make sure to come check it out, meet some friends, and I will see you there. So the next piece of news we have over here is that Metamask is adding a new design to help prevent NFT hacks finally. So obviously, if you used Metamask before, sometimes when you're using it, you're signing these contracts, or I think this all the time, like, well, if I sign this thing, it looks so weird. Like, what if I press this button and they just steal all my stuff, right? There's no way to really know. And then when it tells you like, oh, what are you signing? I don't even understand all this like code speak, right? So if there's an easy way for people to understand like what they are doing when they're signing, that would be amazing for the space. But right now it's very difficult for the average person to use. Like if I told my parents to use MetaMask, they would have a definitely hard time figuring it out. You know, during a bear market, I'm glad that these companies are continuing to build because that's what we need to onboard new people into the space. All right, so next project we're gonna talk about is Okay Bears. So Okay Bears is kind of like the golden child for Solana. From my personal take, a lot of resources are being put into Okay Bears. A lot of influencers are pumping up Okay Bears and have bought a lot of Okay Bears. So a lot of people have a lot of stake to kind of increase the price of this asset. And I feel like for Solana, you know, they definitely need some kind of like Bored Ape for Solana to like be like, oh my God, like this is successful. This is why you should build on Solana instead of Ethereum. That's what Okay Bears are trying to do. And I think they do have support from Solana to like make that happen. And, you know, as we know in the NFT space, there's always things like market making and things like that involved. I'm not sure if that's what they do, but you always want to keep that in mind, because if you got influencers pumping it, if you got people on the Solana team that support it publicly, there's definitely something going on there. Will it become a brand that is like the next Bored Ape? I'm not saying that, but I am saying that a lot of people are pushing the message to get more people to know what it is. So Okay Bears, they came out with a new mechanic and it's called hibernation. So there's not too much information about it on their website and stuff like that. So forgive me if I get some stuff wrong. They have this hibernation rewards. I guess it's similar to Moonbirds nesting. So they're not doing a token, but you're hibernating, you're chilling, you're delisted, and then you're eligible for some drops, right? I'm sure there's going to be like some kind of point system or level up system. I think if they did a token, it wouldn't make sense during a bear market to launch a token because it's going to go to zero pretty quick. Hibernation makes sense in that, you know, you hibernate, people delist, they don't want to sell, which is probably what they're doing, so they can increase the floor price. So anything they can do to like kind of keep a consistent floor price, I guess that's what they would probably do. It was talked about like a couple weeks ago, but it starts officially on July 18th, which is a couple days ago. So if you want to check out Okay Bears, you know, check it out. You know, they're probably one of the better Solana projects that people hold, but understand that, you know, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes to make a project a project. So just be mindful of that. And so with that said, that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let me know in the comments what kind of content you guys want to see next, because whatever you guys write, you know, I'll be happy to make it. With that said, my name is Patrick Dang, and I will see you guys in the next one.